Deep in the forgotten heart of the Blackthorn Valley lay a forest no one dared enter after sundown. Locals called it the Whispering Woods, a name earned from the unsettling murmurs that drifted between the trees at night, voices without bodies, secrets carried by a wind that was always unnaturally cold. For centuries, rumors persisted of a coven of witches who had once ruled the valley. According to legend, they performed a forbidden ritual under a blood moon, binding their souls to the forest itself. When the villagers discovered their dark practices, they burned the witches at the stake, but their screams did not die. Instead, they were said to have melted into the bark of the trees, their whispers cursing anyone foolish enough to trespass. Ethan, a folklore researcher, arrived in Blackthorn Valley after hearing tales of the Whispering Woods. Skeptical, but curious, he rented a cabin nearby. The villagers warned him, "Do not enter the woods when the night breathes red." Ethan laughed it off, believing it to be nothing more than a local superstition. That night, under the rising blood moon, he packed his camera and voice recorder and ventured into the forest. The moment he stepped past the first row of trees, the air changed. It grew thick, almost syrupy, clinging to his lungs with each breath. He swore he heard faint singing, an eerie, tuneless hum. It wasn't coming from any particular direction. It seemed to seep out of the trees themselves. As Ethan moved deeper, his flashlight began to flicker. The trees looked strangely alive, their bark twisting into shapes resembling screaming faces. When he reached a clearing, he found a stone circle covered in black moss. At its center stood an altar, carved with ancient runes. His voice recorder, dangling from his neck, suddenly turned on by itself. Through the static, he heard a woman's whisper, "Stay, or join us." Before Ethan could react, the wind surged, carrying voices that seemed to chant in unison. A deep crimson glow washed over the clearing as the blood moon reached its zenith. The altar cracked, releasing a black mist that slithered across the ground like living snakes. Ethan stumbled back, but the forest had changed. The path he had taken was gone, replaced by walls of trees whose branches intertwined like cage bars. Something was moving among them, their shapes, feminine yet distorted, as if carved out of shadow and bone. "You heard our whispers," one voice hissed. "Now, your soul belongs to the woods." The villagers found Ethan's camera 2 days later, lying at the forest's edge. The last video was only 23 seconds long. It showed Ethan's terrified face as the chanting grew deafening. His last words were, "They're in the trees, they're watching me." Then the screen filled with static and a shrill, inhuman laugh. No one has seen Ethan since, and the villagers swear the whispers in the woods have grown louder, as if one more voice has joined the chorus. Moral lesson: some secrets are not meant to be unearthed. When you chase forbidden knowledge, you may find yourself becoming part of the very horror you sought to uncover.